Hey, so look, I want to talk about the power of positivity. When you're going through your spiritual journey, it seems like a lot of times a lot of doubt tries to come into the situation. And whatever you may be going through, a lot of doubt comes in, and we sometimes tend to sabotage our situations. And so one thing I remember from the past, which when I was vibrating, because in my situation, I went from vibrating very high, like coming down here, and then now I'm raising back up. And a lot of people who know who I am get to see my journey coming back up. And so, with that being said, I've been through some interesting things like having a child early, having a premature baby, having one that was born a little late, and I needed him to come out at a specific time in order for me to go back to work. Even being sick and almost dying. And one thing I knew, me being sick and almost dying happened recent during my spiritual journey, which they say a lot of times is what is the catalyst on your spiritual awakening, is when some type of trauma happens. But when my kid was born early was before I had a spiritual awakening, but I was very spiritual already. So from birth, or from coming onto the planet, I was already very spiritual. When my son was born was when I was already extremely spiritual. So I needed him to come out at a certain time, and he actually did. I always knew to be very positive. I knew that positivity was the answer. You have to be solution based. Your mind frame has to be solution based and not problem based. You can't be always worried about what the problem is. You have to be concerned more about what the solution is to the problem. And so I've been having like a series of situations going on, unusual at that, like very unusual in this journey, in life period. I've never had a period of life like that it's happening now. And one thing that I'm learning on this journey is that, going back to my old thinking, you have to be positive about almost everything. Okay? And a person might, oh, you can't be positive about everything. If you're trying to get some stuff done, you better be positive. Don't let that doubt come in. Do not let that little inch of doubt come in. Focus on you. Another issue that I have now is looking at others and, engaging in social media. Social media is a very big problem. I don't know if you guys know that, but social media is such a big problem. And so during those times, I wasn't really engaging in the past. I didn't engage in social media like that. Now, these past couple of years, during this time when I've been going through the storm, I've been engaging in social media. But lately, this past year, I've been more on and off. And it's helped me. But yes, if you're going through a spiritual awakening, you don't need to be on social media that much. Not even YouTube. You don't need to be on there that much unless you are really in a situation where you're ready to learn about something productive. You have to have your mind to that. You can't be worried about what other people are doing, period, no matter who they are, okay? Whatever their status is does not matter. It has nothing to do with your journey. But that's all I really want to say, is that I'm learning that positivity is what's going to work. I don't care what's going on. Do you hear me? I don't care what it looks like. That's another thing. You can't care about what the situation or the obstacle looks like. You have to be aware of what's going on with yourself, and if you believe that you're dealing with a supernatural God, as they say, and that there's supernatural powers within you, or that are protecting you, forces that are protecting you, it doesn't matter what the situation looks like. You have to believe. You have to believe. And even if the situation is seeming bad and you have other things that may come up, or even the solution that you thought was best falls through or doesn't fall through, There's always another solution. There's infinite possibilities. We just have to open up our mind to see them. Okay? So what I do, talk to people, you call it the universe, whatever. I say still is my creator, the Most High, the universal God, whatever. And said what I needed, even though the situation, the situation I thought was more favorable didn't fall through the way I wanted it to. I still asked and thanked, was very thankful and asked, and another solution came through. Even though. So just keep that in mind. Always stay positive no matter what it looks like. All right?